Good morning everyone, Gajan here in New York, and Sony has just announced two brand new cameras, two new lenses. I'm gonna stop talking and trying to hype this thing up. There's a ton of stuff to cover. Let's go to the intro music. Welcome back everyone. Before I get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications if you like this type of live coverage. If you like to find out about the gear as soon as it's announced, you don't want to miss this. This is the channel to be at. I want to talk about the A6600 from Sony. This is the first of the cameras that was revealed. It is an absolute powerhouse in an APS-C format. You get a really compact form from Sony, but it gives you a ton of high-end specs. You have that tilting display so you can see yourself if you're going to be doing selfies, if you're going to be doing vlogging. So that's already built in. Now, Sony has also packed this with their latest in autofocus technology. This thing is crazy fast and also allows for, and this is going to be a differentiator, real-time eye tracking in video. And this is the same level of tech that you've seen in the Sony A7R4 when we covered that recently. It's still impressive. It's still a huge bonus for Sony users and a real differentiator in the market. With the Sony A6600, you get a 24 megapixel sensor that has a native ISO of 100 to 32,000. Now you can expand this a bit further, but you're probably going to want to stay in that range for clean images. What's also impressive about this camera is that it has 5-axis image stabilization built into the body. So if you are a run-and-gun shooter, you're always on the go and you don't have a gimbal available to you, this is going to be a feature that you might want to look into. This camera also uses the Sony Z batteries, and if it's anything like the A7 III, you're in for pretty decent battery life, something that is quite a bit above the average on the market. The A6600 is also dust and moisture resistant. I'm curious as to what they mean by moisture, but it's something that might be valuable for a lot of you that might get caught in the rain, that are maybe traveling to humid environments. These are things that will actually stand out when looking for a new camera body. And what's really great about the A6600 from what I saw is that you just can make this whatever you want it to be. If you just want a high-end APS-C camera that's going to be your street or travel companion, it can be that. But say you want to use this for your content creation workflow, you can customize this thing really down to the buttons and what they do, to the style and workflow in which you employ. It has 4K HDR recording. It has the ability to shoot in S-Log. And more importantly, you get these 14-bit RAW files that have a ton of information and really bring the new color science that Sony has been developing that leads to better skin tones than previous Sony bodies. Now let's talk about the A6100. You still get a 24 megapixel sensor, but the native ISO is about a stop lower than the A6600. And while I didn't mention this earlier, similar to the A6600, the A6100 will shoot up to 11 frames per second or 8 frames per second in silent shooting mode. The A6100 also records up to 4K 30p, but unlike the A6600, it does not have the ability for S-Log recording, and it does not have real-time eye tracking in video. So that's the two key differentiators with respect to video features on the A6100. The A6100 also has a little bit of a lower resolution viewfinder, OLED viewfinder, compared to the A6600. That's something to consider. It still has the tilting display with the microphone jack, but unlike the A6600, it does not have a headphone jack. So that's also important to consider when you're looking at the differences between the two. For that though, you do get a bit of a lighter body. So if you're looking for something that's going to produce rich imagery, amazing autofocus, something that's going to be able to track your subject, and you're not going to be doing a lot of video production, maybe the video that you're doing is more for yourself, just casual stuff, A6100 is quite a powerhouse. There's still a lot to be offered. There's something here where you just have this amazing autofocus system paired with a really good sensor and the access to a ton of great lenses. So again, the A6100 still really competitive in this lineup of APS-C cameras from Sony. Alright, so that's a quick rundown of the key features of the A61 and 6600 cameras, but Sony has also announced two new lenses for their APS-C lineup, both of which are G lenses, so you're getting better build quality out of this. Instead of me going on and on about this, I'm gonna cut to the footage of us at the event shooting with these lenses to really show you what they can do. You just got out of the conference. Yes. What stands out to you the most from what's announced today?
Lenses, hello, finally. I've been one of the people who's been saying, where are the lenses for a long time, and I understand that you can use G-Master lenses like the 16 to 35, which covers a similar range, but it's a massive lens, and so something that's small and actually designed for this system for APS-C. I'm really excited about it. And actually, I didn't think I'd be excited about the telephoto, and after seeing the sample images and some of the specs, and the price is right, so.
I think the 6600 just kind of gives me the things, it's not a huge difference, but it's the little things that count, and so finally I'm getting kind of both of those merging into one camera, so nice. I think it's the first one I might actually pick up.
Nice. And Steve, to say that you talk about cameras and lenses, sorry, you just had a phone call.
No,
can we answer it on camera? Should we answer this phone call on camera?
That's good.
What sticks out to you the most from this conference? What excites you?
The lens, the 16 to 55, I think is great, because as these gentlemen just talked about, lenses is what they needed for the APS-C line. So the 6600, 6100, I think the 6100 is going to be cool for even vloggers, or if you're starting out, or even experienced, because you have the flip-up screen and you have the new lens that can go with it. So I think they're great. I think it's needed for the APS-C crowd, because there's a lot of people who shoot these APS-C cameras and they wanted the lenses, so now they have some premium lenses and new bodies, and it's like almost like a mini A7, you know?
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Bye from Canada. Bye.
See you, Canada.
Bye. All right, so I'm here with our resident Sony expert, Patrick Chan from Sony Canada. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to have you. And I got to ask you the question. A lot of people are going to ask the same question. What is the difference? 6100, 6400, 6600. What sets these apart?
First things first, all three cameras feature the real-time autofocus, including the real-time eye autofocus in photo. But what's special about the A6000, it's the only one that features real-time eye autofocus in video as well. One thing that we've added to the 6600, which they said never could be done, is we've added the headphone jack. So so you can monitor when you're shooting video like we're doing right now. So not only do we have a mic input, but we also have a headphone output as well.
Now my hand is getting shaky, so I'm going to switch hands very, very, very stealthily. But tell me, what is the difference when you're going from the 61 to 6400 then?
Very similar cameras, but one big difference is that the 6400 has a lot more video features, such as S-Log 2 and 3 and HLG. That also features a more robust body with a magnesium alloy body and dust and moisture resistance.
Gotcha. So pretty much, if I can quickly summarize this thing, you're getting the new processor on all of them, 24 megapixel sensor, slightly better low light performance on 64 and 66. When you go from 61 to 64, you're getting S-Log and you're getting better build quality.
Exactly.
When you're going from 64 to 66, you're getting much better battery, better ergonomics, and real-time eye detection in video as well. It is tricky, but again, when you look at the comparison, and thank you for your time, it is actually pretty clear-cut what these do and what the differentiators are. All right, let's go and see what else we can do with this camera. So I have the 6100 and 6600 in hand. I wish I had a 6400 available, but really between these three SKUs, Sony has kind of peppered the market for APS-C. With these three products, you're looking at a good lineup of cameras and now lenses for your type of content creation. So whether you're just into street and travel and you're a casual shooter, the 6100 offers a ton of great features, namely that autofocus, covering almost 100% of the frame. You're probably going to be getting those shots that you're looking for. And like some of the other people here that mentioned, it's amazing to see this type of innovation in the lenses. Seeing APS-C focused lenses being announced, even though it's still E-mount. You can technically use this on a full frame Sony camera. But look at the size of this thing. I'm holding a 16 to 55, not 35, I may have misquoted earlier in the video. It's a 16 to 55 G lens, and it's a baby. Look how cute it is. It's a solid 2.8 throughout the focal range. I'm excited to see what we can produce with this. This is just a first look. We're gonna go into a deep dive, but I'm really excited to see what this can produce. All right, so we're done taking our first look with this cameras, and if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And as always, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because we have a deep dive coming up where we take these cameras into the streets of New York to see what they can really do. This is Gajan from Henry's. We'll see you next time.